Welcome back to Primetime, Super Friends, the show that promises to put the arrow in your quiver, the flash in your pan, and the bat in your belfry. We're also here to let criminals know that we are the masked member of this Justice League, and it's not going to suck itself, crime. I'm John, your guide to all things Gotham, and I'm joined here by my own Super Friends. First is our guide to Star City, Jeremy.
I just picture a dick with a domino mask every time you say that. Hi.
That's the intention. And our expert on all things related to the fastest man alive, Michael.
Hey.
Before we dive balls deep into this week's happenings, you should be warned that this show is full of spoilers. So if you're not up to date on what's been going on, you've been warned.
Super Friends, the legendary superpowers show.
All right, let's get started. So real quick before we get into our one and only show this week, which would be the Flash finale, we are going to be doing some shows over the summer. It's going to be a little bit more sporadic, but it'll be some specials, just kind of covering some like geeky news, and we'll probably talk about maybe Daredevil or some of the upcoming movies that'll be out in the next couple of years. So just tune in for that. Go ahead and subscribe to the show. That way you don't miss it, and we'll be back next fall full time with everything but Gotham.
Fuck Gotham.
In the asshole. And not in a good way.
Not in a time traveling kind of way.
Yes. Okay, so the finale opens this week with the same monologue that Barry does every week, except pretty somber. Everyone watches Barry as he descends into the particle accelerator, where he confronts Dr. Wells. Barry finally gets to ask the question he's wanted answered the whole time: why the dude killed his mom.
I love that, though, because Wells was just like, just get to the point.
Yeah.
You know what you want to know.
Stop beating around my bush.
I don't think that's what he said.
Look, the dude is super filthy. We've documented that on this show.
The filthiest one on the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
By far.
That's because he's got all that shit jammed up there from the vibrator.
Wells then goes over his entire plan from the beginning. But yeah, so he goes over how he came from the future to kill young Barry, but decided to torture him with...
Yeah. Torture, motherfucker.
Torture, nigga, what?
Yeah, he killed his mom to make Barry suffer. And he goes on to tell Barry that despite going through those motions, he needed Barry to become fast enough to create a wormhole and send him home. Dr. Wells makes Barry the offer he can't refuse, help him, and he'll help Barry reunite the Allen family and a chance to undo all of his evil.
I think wormhole should be the new name for type vagina.
Or asshole.
Yeah?
Time travel assholes.
Especially type vagina or butthole.
I'm not going to use
Give him
wormhole.
butthole.
Let's just keep going.
Later, Dr. Stein goes over the risks of Barry actually going back in time.
Gotta get back in time.
Which could amount to serious changes. Barry weighs the good and the bad of it. He'd have his mother back, but he never would have grown up with Joe or Iris. Joe acts like he has support for Barry, going back in time and correcting everything. So after that, Barry goes to see his dad and tells him about the opportunity he has. Papa Flash tells him not to do it, that everything happens for a reason, and he would care if Barry was changed because of the decision. He even plays the whole card, your mom wouldn't want that to happen, in hopes that Barry becomes a dad one day so he knows how much he loves him. Aww. Back at Star Labs.
You know what, though? I gotta give that dude credit, because you watch that old 90s Flash show, and he can't act for shit.
It's a lot of years, though, to learn.
Well, material is another thing, though, because that show was super cheesy. And the main thing I have from that show that I remember as a kid was he had to run super fast to the store to get diapers for a baby he was babysitting.
Yeah, I've watched a couple episodes of that version, because I have it on DVD since this version. Oh, my God.
But hey, it was the Flash on TV.
No, that's why I own it. I love the Flash, but anyway.
Back at Star Labs, Ronnie reveals to Caitlin that he and Dr. Stein are back in town for good, and that he wants to get married. Okay. Yeah, sum that up.
Got it.
They're gonna get married.
So when they fuck and consummate the marriage, that's a lot of steam. The fire, the ice. I know she's not yet.
She might be somewhat, maybe.
But I'm figuring, like, maybe we can't see it, and, like, the nether regions are frosty already.
It's still sexy.
I'd watch the fuck out of that.
Oh, yeah, God.
I'm just thinking if you were normal body temperature, that you'd get close and it would shrivel, and then you'd have to explain what shrinkage is on your, awkward.
Skipping forward a little bit, Barry goes to see Dr. Wells to ask how it all works about going back in time. Wells breaks it down in science, run super fast, get hit with a particle, create a wormhole, go back in time. If he doesn't do it right, he dies. which would suck. Then Dr. Stein re-explains the science for the people there that weren't paying attention, and Sisko starts to question why Barry would even consider doing this. They talk about more science shit, that he has to go Mach 2, blah, blah, blah. There's a problem figuring out how to do something with the time machine, and Sisko goes to talk to Dr. Wells. Dr. Wells tells Sisko how to fix the problem, and Sisko finally confronts him about killing him in the alternate timeline. Wells apologizes, not for killing him, but because he remembers. He also drops knowledge that Sisko is a fucking metahuman.
That scene, though, it still made you think that Dr. Wells cared about Sisko to a certain
That
extent.
damn likable, evil
right?
You
motherfucker.
can't hate the guy.
He's an awesome fucking villain. It's perfect.
Well, 'cause,
Which-
yeah, you're supposed to be able to see the justification for why they're doing the evil shit they're doing, and man, he plays that well.
Which, super spoilers, if you don't want to know about next season, stop listening, but
Why
he's
the
going to be
fuck are you
back.
listening to this show?
That's the
if you're worried
show.
about spoilers.
Yes, but this goes beyond what we've already seen.
Eat a dick and die if you're worried about spoilers listening to this fucking show.
Don't die listening to this fucking show. That's bad juju.
Any publicity is good publicity.
He just said juju.
That is not
So
the
racist.
same thing. You hear what you want to hear.
What spoiler do you have?
I said
Was that it?
Yeah,
Or just
he's
that?
going to be back. Yeah, well,
I thought
he
there was
and-
something else.
He and the guy that played, Eobard, and I think the guy that plays Eddie are all going to be back next season.
Oh, did you say that? I wasn't paying attention?
Yeah,
I didn't hear it either.
I didn't either. I don't think you said it out loud.
I did.
Oh. So, Dr. Stein continues to do science stuff as Eddie stands around with his hands in his pockets because Dr. Wells told him he's worthless and he doesn't actually matter. Stein tells Eddie he gets to choose his own future now.
I did love the Stein is like, this is the fucking guy you're gonna trust? Yeah, he had a newspaper, man. Oh, really? A newspaper? That couldn't be fake.
Now, they find out that the collision in the particle accelerator could create a black hole that could destroy the planet. No one wants that. The group speaks with Dr. Wells, who reminds them that he's been helping them all this entire year and that he's been planning this for decades. It will all work, but Barry will have just 1 minute and 52 seconds to do what needs to be done.
I can get what I need to get done in a
You're
minute.
goddamn right. I have about a minute and a half left. Depending on who, is on the other end of that.
You already covered it. We got you.
Barry and Joe chat in the room with the treadmill, and Joe admits he's clueless about what Barry should do. He's got total confidence in him pulling it off, though. And for his entire life, Barry has dreamed about saving his mother, but he didn't anticipate losing another parent over it. But Joe reassures him he won't be lost. Back across town, Eddie and Iris make up. Fuck the future, pretty much is what they said. Get their kiss on.
She was less cunty this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
By
Yeah.
far. Still don't want her with Barry, but she wasn't as much of a cunt.
No, and she did choose to see where it went with Eddie, too.
Which probably helped.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Back at Star Labs, Dr. Stein marries Ronnie and Caitlin. And Caitlin believes that all the events of the year have led up to this. Everyone is happy except Barry, who continues to ponder his choices. And now it's time. Everyone offers Barry support as he prepares to make his trip. A bunch of sentimental moments. He and Joe share father and son moment. Iris kisses him on the forehead, wishes him good luck. Barry goes inside and Wells delivers his token Run Barry Run line. And he does. Then the Flash does Flash things. He runs super fast. But as he's running through, we get to see all kinds of cool shit happening as he's running through. Sees himself as a kid. Caitlin as Killer Frost. A statue of him in front of the Flash Museum.
Fuck yeah.
And what looks like himself in prison.
It looked like Barry Allen Weiss or something. I don't know. He had on like a
Yeah?
Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
And then finally, the moment he was looking for, Dr. Stein's coffee begins to float because time travel, and they inject the particle. Barry collides, and the wormhole is created. God damn you, you've ruined wormhole
Yeah, because
for me. So Barry appears in his own room 15 years ago. He watches everything go down from another room as his mother screams, and as he and the Reverse Flash are battling. Future Barry tosses the Reverse Flash out the window, then holds his hand out and shakes his head at present Barry, which warning him not to do it before running away with little Barry. Present Barry approaches his mother and comforts her, tells him that he looks like her father, and when he takes his mask off, tells her who he is, and he gets a chance to say goodbye. Super sad.
Yeah.
Girlfriend cried at that moment.
I fucking had a knot in my throat.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie.
shit was sad. Back in the present, the clock counts down, and it's time to send Dr. Wells away. in his dildo chair.
He can only travel through time with some up his ass.
He admires their work on the machine, saying that Rip Hunter himself would be proud.
Easter egg.
The wormhole spits out a silver helmet with little gold wings. Jay Garrick's helmet. And when Cisco asks what it is, Wells is like, I got to get the fuck out. It's my cue to leave.
Yeah.
I don't need another flash for me.
Wells closes his time sphere and prepares to go home, but Barry fires out of the wormhole, fist forward, and destroys the machine.
That was awesome.
Yep.
Wasn't expecting that.
Total superhero moment.
Yeah.
Distraught, Wells asks him why he didn't save his mother. He could have everything he ever wanted, but Barry said that he already does. Wells pulls his mask down, and they fucking get their fight on. At this time, Dr. Stein...
Sorry, you've said get their kiss on and get their fight on, so I'm just waiting on the get your freak on.
Dr. Stein warns the others to cut the generators in order to stop the black hole. Ronnie gets zapped in the process, but Caitlin is able to cut it off and closes the hole. The Reverse Flash pins Barry down and tells him he's going to kill everyone in there, and after he kills him... he's going to kill everyone in there after he kills him because he always wins. But just as that happens, Eddie, his ancestor, takes his own life. Wells starts to vibrate all crazy like before, shifting back into the original Eobard Thawne. Eddie gasps for breath, saying he's a hero after all, and all he wanted to be was Iris's hero. As Eddie dies, the Reverse Flash begins to break away into dust, but then the wormhole opens back up. Barry carries Cisco, Joe, and Iris out, leaves Eddie's body there, and the black hole begins to grow and sucks up Eddie's body.
Just want
Couldn't
to
he have shot the Reverse Flash instead?
Well, maybe thought it was too fast and he'd miss. But I will say this again in that scene, Joe's reaction when Eddie shot himself, best damn actor on the show. Like genuine,
Fucking
like
heartfelt.
freaking out because what have you done? What have you done?
The black hole continues to grow and hovers over Central City, pulling up concrete and parts of the buildings. Citizens begin to watch, including Captain Cold, Captain Singing in the Rain, Papa Flash, and Hawk Girl. Dr. Stein reveals they can disrupt the motion of the singularity by traveling in reverse. Luckily, they've got the Flash. He takes the challenge without a second thought, races up the building, hopping from debris to debris, and leaps directly into the hole. Which I loved that scene, too.
Again,
I got chills.
Total
watching
comic
that.
book. Yeah, no, I did too. I was
awesome
like, this
watching him
is
do it.
braver than any other superhero show on television because it's straight up comic booky.
Yeah.
And it wasn't afraid of it, which was nice.
Get chills thinking about that scene. I really enjoyed that.
But
Big butt.
cannot lie. If the Reverse Flash doesn't exist, why does the Flash still exist?
Well, the argument there could be the timeline of
Alternate
how he would
timeline.
naturally had gotten the powers the way he would have done it in the first place.
I guess, but if you kill the Reverse Flash, then the Reverse Flash didn't kill his mom, and he just would have grown up normal, right?
No, there could have been the... I mean, how did the original Barry Allen get his powers, right? So...
That just happens with time travel, I think. It's just...
Yeah,
all
but...
kinds of mind fucks.
Yeah.
I mean, to what you're saying, though, is if there's no Reverse Flash, then... You know, that means that these metahumans probably wouldn't have been created. It's either the string theory where it's everything eventually winds up exactly where it was going to be because there is one timeline and you can't change it, or there's 500 different alternate timelines where, you know, Caitlin is Killer Frost and blah, 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 blah. So with that, do you think that next season everything that we saw will come to fruition? Because we did see the, what's the spinoff show?
Legends of Tomorrow?
We did see them in a brief part of that.
I hope it's not all next season. I hope they spread it out.
That would be
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, I don't think we'll see like the Flash Museum or anything. I would hope not, anyways.
Unless he travels somewhere
Yeah.
far in the future, then I could. Which could be. I mean, who the
Yeah,
fuck knows?
I mean
This-
that's just
the thing they did with this finale is they opened up everything. They can
Yeah.
do anything they fucking want to now.
well, and there's the question of why did past Barry or future Barry tell himself in the past not to save his mom?
Flashpoint.
Exactly. You don't want that shit to fucking happen.
Right, right. But you know, we need the show to explain. So yeah, no, this episode blew next season and the following season's wide open. I do
And
wonder.
I think it did it for Arrow and that Legends show
Oh, yeah.
just as much as it did for The Flash.
Oh, absolutely. The thing, and honestly, part of me when I was watching that, thought, man, if Gotham was connected to that, they could totally retcon every crappy thing they'd done and fix it.
Oh,
Now.
that'd be amazing if they just connected that and they were like, well, let's just jump forward 15 years
Yeah, exactly.
That would be awesome.
and get new writers.
But that's not going to happen. Separate networks, separate contracts.
I was reading something that worried me. You know how, like with Arrow, how they were going to introduce Harley, but they couldn't because of the Suicide Squad
Yeah.
and Deadshot and all that shit. What the fuck's going to happen to the Flash when that movie comes out?
I don't know, because they are insisting it's going to be Barry Allen.
If they could tie it in a way where
It's an alternate
it's an
timeline.
yeah, exactly, it'd be fine.
They could do
I
that.
don't
I'm just
think
worried
they'll
they're gonna
even
cut
acknowledge
characters.
the TV show, though. I think they're just going to say, fuck it. And that'll be
Maybe
the end
on the
of it.
TV show, all of a sudden they'll shift to Wally West. Which, yeah, Grant Gustin gets fucked. No matter how you slice it, if he doesn't get to be a part of that movie.
I feel like that it splits the audience, though. There's going to be people who are hardcore fans of the show because the show's amazing.
I'll be in that fucking
That
camp.
if the movie is mediocre, not saying it will be because we have no idea, but let's say the movie doesn't pull it off, then people are going to be like, fuck that movie.
I don't see how you can pull it off in an hour and a half, 2.5 hour movie the way they've done it on this fucking show.
Especially because they're going to have to give you the origin and all that BS. Unless they want to introduce him in another movie. If he shows up in fucking Batman vs. Superman.
As far as the Flash finale, fucking
Awesome
amazingly
finale, yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
All right, that's going to do it with this edition of Primetime Super Friends. As we said before, we are going to be taking somewhat of a break over the summer. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to hear our voices, because sporadically, when we feel like there's something we're talking about, we will pop up with an episode, and we will definitely be back next fall with The Flash, Arrow, and whatever other show we decide to add to the lineup,
Legends of Tomorrow.
most likely. If you like what we do here, you can check us out. You can check us out on Twitter at Primetime Super. You can find us each individually. I'm at Raging Leprechaun. Jeremy,
At Legendary Jeremy.
Michael.
At the African 81.
You can always email us at primetimesuperfriends@gmail.com, and you can find all of our crazy shenanigans on our parent show, Pub Talk Podcast. And you can find
That show should never be apparent.
the same could be said about Michael. Anyway,
Very true.
you can find out all that information and more at pubtalkpodcast.com. And thanks for listening. We'll see you next fall and again over the summer. Bye-bye. Until next time, I don't remember what we say. Keep it super, bitches.
Bye.
Bye.
Wormhole.
No. Gross.